What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So Michigan State basketball versus Oakland at Little Caesars Arena on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. ESPN2, ESPN Plus if you're not heading down to Little Caesars Arena. So we're going to jump into the matchup, but first, if you could, just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Michigan State basketball content on the channel, a bunch of other stuff on the channel too, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. So jumping in, let's just start with Oakland here briefly. Oakland 3-5 on the year, played at Illinois, 12-point loss there, and then at Kansas, 21-point loss there. Could be worse, not great, but kind of in that middle range there. Thought they hung around well, especially that Illinois game. Lost a lot from last year's tournament team. Obviously, Trey Townsend, Rocket Watts, Golke, obviously not on the team anymore. The team that upset Kentucky in the first round of the tournament last year was the Cinderella story, had everyone pulling for them last year. This year they're led by transfer Allen Mubeka. I know I probably said that wrong, but averaging about 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, do-it-all wing for them there at Oakland. I know I'm going to get this wrong, so I apologize ahead of time. Tuburu Navarula adds 13 points and 8 rebounds for them. DQ Cole leading the team in minutes and adding 11 points for them as well. This team is not passing the ball well, though. Hearing Campy talk about this team, seems like they've been struggling overall offensively. Numbers back that up, only averaging about 62 points per game, 41% shooting from the field, 25% from three-point range. They're not getting out and running either, ranked 355th in fast break points per game. That would be last in all of college basketball. There is something to say about their defense, though. I believe it's a little bit ahead of where their offense is at this point. Obviously held Illinois 18 points under their season average so far. Held Kansas to their average on the year, 78, and then held Wright State 13 points under their average on the year. So overall, especially that Illinois game, holding them 18 points under, but even that Kansas game, I threw that one in there because, I mean, you know, with the levels there, you know, you expect maybe Kansas to win that one by more or, you know, score more, but holding them to their average there and then holding Illinois 18 points under their average, Wright State 13 under their average. I think their defense is a little ahead of their offense. 154th in adjusted defensive efficiency currently compared to 243rd adjusted offensive efficiently. They play zone, a very complex zone too. It's interesting to watch just as a basketball nerd, basketball fan. But I'm curious to see how MSU adjusts and plays with that and be ready for it. They've seen zone a little bit this year, earlier in the year in the non-conference slate. So see how they do attack this one. They're obviously well coached. I mean, Greg Campy, a lot of respect for him. I think this like 41st year, over 40 years there at Oakland. He'll get his guys up for big games, no doubt. You see that every year, not just when they play MSU, which is always a close game and have came very close to beating Michigan State multiple times in this matchup every year, and I love that this is an every year matchup for Michigan State and Oakland. I know Izzo and Campy, a lot of respect for each other on both sides, and I do want to double check this here because I do want to get this right. Greg Campy, yeah, 1984. Greg Campy was the Oakland head coach in 1984. So this is going into his 41st season, however you want to do that math. But I mean, really incredible, the longevity of, obviously, these are two of the longest tenured head coaches in all of college basketball, Izzo and Campy. Understand why they have that respect for each other, and this game happens every year. Oakland will never get blown off the floor unless they aren't hitting shots, like the Boise State game this year. Losing by 44 points, they shot 27% from the field and 11% from three. That's going to happen when you have those percentages. But flipping over to the Michigan State side, I'm excited to see how they handle this zone look, as we kind of talked about earlier. Getting out, running, not letting them get set in that zone. Not a very tall team for Oakland. 2 guys at 6'7", 1 guy at 6'9". So Michigan State getting their bigs going and then refine that small ball lineup. You know, we talked about it kind of after in the recap for the Nebraska game last week. But going into the next 3 games, refine these lineups, refine the rotations and stuff that's going to work when we pick back up Big Ten play beginning of January. But this is going to be a tough game overall. But as we said, like, see the bigs get going. attack that small ball lineup, given that Oakland plays more smaller ball, not as many tall guys Oakland has there. So get that down, refine that. Michigan State is currently number 19 in the country on Bart Torvik, and Oakland is number 208 in the country. Bart Torvik has this as a 75-60 Michigan State win down at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. So would love to see a comfortable, feel-good victory in this one, but this one always seems like it is a nail-biter, and I expect no less on Tuesday night from an incredible Greg Campy coached team there in Oakland. So really looking forward to getting there and watching this game. I will be at the game, so we'll be back afterwards for a recap, but excited for this one. This one of my favorite ones to look forward to every December, every year. Play them around Christmas break. So looking forward to it. But like I said, we'll be back afterwards with the recap for this one. And excited for some basketball. As I said, after the Nebraska game, 10 days off. It's going to be between games when we go in on Tuesday night. So looking forward to some basketball, and we'll be back, as I said, with a recap. So that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.